we're here at the shoe healer and we've got a pair of R.M.Williams. These boots here have been brought in for repair from Andy, and I've had a word with him and I was saying to him, Andy, this looks like the original repair on here, the original sole. They've either been back to the factory, and he said, actually, you've done them last time. Put him the full through leather sole on there, stitched it all back in. Paul tells me if you send these back to the factory, they don't actually remove the old stitching out of the welt, which is something that really must be done, so that when you restitch them, they go back in the same holes and you can have them repaired time and time again. We always do that here at the shoe healer. So this boot here, we've had the repair done, a full leather sole, and he's had the taupey super hard wearing heel on there, and it's done really well for him. But he did say to me, is there an alternative to that? Something that won't alter the profile of the boot and make it look silly, but will wear a little bit better than the leather sole that it originally came with, and then the one that we fitted for him, which was an oak bark sole, a very good sole. So the alternative is, you will have seen something like this gristle rubber sole that's on these boots here, and this is a fabulous sole. Now, we can't actually get this actual material, but the closest we get to it is this stuff here, taupey rug, super hard wearing. When we put it on the machine to machine it off, it gets hot, it smokes like car tire material. It really is a fabulous material. So if you've got R.M.Williams and they're wanting a repair, you can have a leather sole put on. I would always advise a hard wearing cover sole over there as well, to stop you drawing moisture in and to stop you slipping about. However, this rubber sole material, if you're putting your RMs to work, and these are a working boot, if you're putting them to work, this rubber sole here that these boots here come with, these are the Ian Harold boots, and if you've wearing RMs, you really should try an Ian Harold boot. Fabulous boot. The black and the brown are in the calf leather. They retail at $295. We will always give you a little bit of Donny discount on there, and they will retail for you at $275. And then you have the kangaroo skin here. Again, all of them with this rubber sole on there. The kangaroo retails at $355, and we can always find you a bit of a deal on that one as well. So RMs, these are going to be rebuilt. This is the first video I'll show you as we go through the process of sorting these R.M.Williams out. I was into Paul's ribs and saying, you know, as you're going through this repair, let me see the boot, and he's battered on and got the boot done. We've got one here, look, so you can see now the leather sole has gone. Look at that beautiful stitching round there. It's had the leather heel stack in there. It's had the matching heel, which will get riveted round all the way around. They can just see the rivets in there. And what we've also done on this boot is we've fitted a midsole into it. So if you just look there, look, it hardly alters the profile, but that's got a midsole in there. So originally this is the sole that comes off of the R.M.Williams, and a very similar sole that comes off of the Ian Harold. And it's a lovely, super hard wearing rubber. When we machine this rubber, it gets red hot and it smokes. It really is fabulous hard wearing rubber. But what we wanted to do was to put a midsole with it, just to back it a little bit, just to make it feel a little bit more supportive when you're walking on it, a little bit more substantial, but not affect how it flexes. So this is the sole now. It's got the midsole in there. Beautiful stitch in there from Paul. Midsole in there, can you just see the midsole, and then the top sole on there. Just a lovely repair, and this will wear so much better than the leather sole will. This material, super hard wearing, just as hard wearing as the original material. Now this is the other one that's had a strip down. We've cleaned all the crud. You see this here, this is where the gentleman is using like a waxy dressing on the boots, and it's just look at that, it'll come off. So what we do is we take our Renomat and we put it into a little tub here like this, and we use an applicator brush that's had the bristles cut off, so the stubby little bristles, so that you can scrub it and really get into it. It's not rocket science, very easy this. The Renomat, fabulous product, and you just give it a little scrub. You need those little stubby bristles. You could use a paintbrush and cut it down so the bristles are really stubby, and it gets into the leather, and it helps to break up. And then leave it to dry. I like to give it a rinse off I actually hold the shoe up and I give it a spray so that once we've loosened off all the muck, we actually wash it off the boot. This is what that's come up like there. Lovely. We've got a battle scar there, obviously nothing we can do about that. This boot is waiting to be re-edged. I just wanted to show you it before it got re-edged so you can see all the leather heel stack and the leather midsole that's running all the way through. Fully stitched back together. What a beautiful repair on these R.M.Williams. Now, one of the boots, this one here, has got a pull tag on the back that's been chewed on. Looks like a little puppy or something's had a chew on the back, so we're going to just open this up here, pull this tag out. It's a very quick job, and we will bond. We haven't got the original tags to go on, unfortunately. Sometimes we have a few lying around where somebody's come in and left a pair of boots, took a new pair of boots off of us, and that will go into there. We'll bond it in, stitch it in, and drop it down into the boot. So that there is a full repair on your R.M.Williams. I think this repair is round about £100 plus your postage, your return postage, and I'm not sure what he charges for the pull tags. I think it's £10 a pair, but we're just having one on here. So this is the R.M.Williams boots, all repaired with a fabulous sole, ready to come back to the customer. You've got to have nice stitching. That stitching's beautiful. Pinned in the heel stack, all the edges finished off beautiful. A little bit of a mark there, we'll sort that out. And of course we've got the slightly extra stout midsole in there, which will make that boot so much nicer to walk in. It really will.